Hi, everyone. Thankful to have you here this Thursday, also December the 10th. Also, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And we've got another one staring at us tomorrow. Temperatures even estimated to be higher still, into the upper 60s now expected for your Friday. And as we've been expecting, we will start to see showers during the overnight tomorrow night into your Saturday and weekend, and temperatures back down to where we might see some snow by early next week. Headlines tonight will include a murder investigation in the viewing area in Johnson County. An arrest has just been made a short time ago. I'll take you to the scene, tell you what I can at this hour. Your local, of course, and state COVID updates. A lot of new information there, not just our data, but we now have more of a finite timeline as to when the vaccine, and not the Pfizer as it turns out, will be making its way to McGoffin County per our public health director, and a host of other details in our state update as well. The Great Conjunction of 2020, I think they could have found a better name for it, as wonderful of a celestial event as it's going to be, but we'll talk about that briefly. We're still days away, from more than a week away from knowing if we're going to be able to see it weather-wise, but you can already get a glimpse as to what two of our brightest planets are doing, and why there is so much focus on them. Why the Mountain Parkway was shut down earlier today, and a host of other news and information before I leave you. As for winter sports, cheer, dance, basketball, and others, they will resume as was already scheduled after a lengthy Board of Control meeting at the Kentucky High School Athletic Association earlier today, where they took a vote of 12-5 to continue on the schedule that they had already set, which means that basketball practice and those for cheer and dance will be able to resume starting this coming Monday. Competition slated to be able to begin on January the 4th. Now, they also made some other changes. The Sweet 16 tournaments are now slated to begin March the 29th for that week through April the 8th. The original dates were March the 3rd through the 10th. Right now, it appears as though district action will take place beginning the week of March the 15th. And as for all other sports, not just basketball, but again, swimming and cheer and dance and bowling, wrestling, they will be able to begin their practice as well on Monday. This is for all winter sports. And again, their seasons can begin on January the 4th. Something to talk about besides the coronavirus sooner than later. I'm all for that. With that said, a murder investigation in Johnson County. This is what I can tell you at this hour. We'll have much more to come. I learned of it just a short time ago after speaking with Deputy Bill Meade of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. Shortly after our conversation, we were able to confirm that an arrest had been made after an altercation between family members, it appears as though, claimed the life of a man in Johnson County. What I know at this moment is that this was the scene of the shooting that took place earlier today. This is in Staffordsville in the Little Mud Lick area. I'm told at 378 Salyer Hill. I'm also told by Deputy Meade that an altercation took place between two family members and that a firearm was discharged and a white male was struck and then later pronounced dead at the scene by the Johnson County coroner. We understand that the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, Johnson County Coroner, W.R. Castle Fire Department, Paintsville Fire, all responded. And were just finishing up their investigation on scene a short time ago. At the time of my discussion with Mr. Meade, Deputy Meade, I was under the impression that charges had not been filed or possibly were not going to be filed this evening pending the ongoing investigation. However, I learned from Meade just a few moments ago in real time that indeed a person had been taken into custody and charged with a count of murder. That individual has not been lodged into the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center as of this moment, shortly after 6 o'clock. However, I expect that we may have an update for you in regards to that arrest before the end of the program. More headlines in just a moment after a few words from a few of our sponsors, including the Seasonal Shop, where they are amidst the 25 days of sales for Christmas. It's the 25 days till Christmas sale at the Seasonal Shop, where every day you'll get 25%
off of a special brand or a style or an item. And every day through Christmas, you can get 20% off Christmas shirts, 30% off everything else Christmas, personalized ornaments with free personalization, and gifts for absolutely everyone on your list. With local delivery and curbside pickup, 'tis the season at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Have you been turned down or had a dealership make you feel unwelcome? Well, come on in to Hutch. We guarantee you'll be approved, and we can't wait to put you into the truck or car of your choice. Right now, you can get employee pricing on select Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram trucks. And remember, at Hutch, you're guaranteed to be approved.
Nearly everything today is about being safe and well, and Parkway Pharmacy has two great ways to get your prescriptions quickly, safely, and conveniently. Simply pull up curbside and call and let them know you're there, or circle around the building and drive through. And just in, a fresh inventory of Atalo, premium CBD oil and cream products for managing pain, anxiety, depression, rest, digestion, and more. All at Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville. Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. The votes are in and it's unanimous. The Homestyle Bowl is back for a limited time at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipes. Savory chicken strips, kernel corn, cheddar cheese, our famous gravy, all on a bed of beautiful mashed potatoes. It's a meal or a side, and it's for a limited time at your Sayersville Lee's.
The Mountain Parkway was shut down in both directions near the 68-mile marker earlier this afternoon. This was not for construction. This was for reconstruction of a previous automobile accident, a fatal crash that happened back in October.
Troopers and reconstructionists with Post 9 of the State Police shut down the Mountain Parkway right around the 68-mile marker again earlier today for their continued investigation after a 36-year-old man from Banner, identified shortly thereafter the accident as Joey Lewis, lost control of his 2004 Econoline cargo van and struck another vehicle occupied by a couple from Garrett. As a result, Lewis was thrown from his van and pronounced dead on the scene by the Magoffin County Coroner's Office. Reconstruction had already been done on a prior occasion. However, just to get some final data, they had to go back today and once again close down the Mountain Parkway to again reconstruct and get some final measurements to help close the investigation into that crash. Once again, involving that commercial van, which was being operated by 36-year-old Lewis of Banner. The vehicle was shut down for a little less or a little more than an hour or so to through traffic, and then the road was reopened.
Your state and local COVID updates in just a few moments, as well as your weather forecast. And it will be your weather forecast in a week or so that will determine as to whether or not we'll be able to see the great conjunction of 2020, a celestial event, the likes of which have not been seen for 800 years. the likes of which will be seen again in the 2000s, but not for a long time, well, more than a half a century.
More appropriately named the Christmas star. It is a conjunction. It's the great conjunction of 2020. Essentially, Jupiter and Saturn getting so close together they will nearly look like one. It hasn't happened in 800 years, so that's why astronomers are dubbing it the Great Conjunction of 2020. It also, just by coincidence, happens on the winter solstice, so December the 21st, when our two largest planets in the solar system will be so close they'll almost look as one in the Earth's night sky. Technically, they'll be 1/10 of a degree apart, which is about a fifth of the width of the moon. So it's going to be very large and very bright, if the clouds will allow us to see it. We'll have to wait and see. They're actually already in the same field of view, and they've been that way for a while, because it doesn't just happen over at night. But on that date, at that time, it will be as though they are much, much closer. And they will be closer. By December the 15th, they'll be about the width of the moon apart. And then on the 16th, the moon will be about 5 degrees away from the pair. And that'll give you some sort of an idea as to size comparison. And then on December the 21st, they'll be as close as they're going to be. They're not necessarily physically close. They just appear to be that way, of course, but they look that way because of their orbital alignment. These conjunctions happen quite often throughout the year. The moon, for example, often is very close to or beside several other planets in our solar system, and also some very bright stars. But you got the two brightest planets this time, which is extremely rare, and again hasn't happened in 800 years. We'll remind you of it when it gets close. We'll see if the weather's going to allow us to see it. Also, keep in mind, as far as another celestial event, the Northern Lights, potentially visible tonight. They were also potentially visible last night over Kentucky and Indiana, especially northern Kentucky and Indiana, southern Indiana, but I don't think anyone had any seen reports of seeing them. But there was a chance that, according to the Space Weather Prediction Center, that we could see some of the breathtaking displays from the Northern Lights. I can recall that happening back when I first started this show, very early on in the early years, not knowing what it was, here in Kentucky, being able to see that beautiful auroral display. And they say it could happen again last night, and tonight will be the last night of it being possible. So keep that in mind.
Up next, a few announcements on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar.
A quick reminder from our friends at the Water Into Wine Food Pantry. They will be distributing next week on Wednesday, 9 till 11:30, and their senior day will be Thursday from 12:30 till 3, and then after that, the ministry will be closed until January the 6th, when they'll reopen that morning. So Water Into Wine, busy again just before the holidays next week on Wednesday and Thursday. And the calendar's always busy. If you've got something going on you want everyone to know, tell me. I'll tell everyone else. Birthdays, anniversaries too. And if you want birthdays and anniversaries and birth announcements printed in the Independent, well, they're free there too, but you got to tell someone else, because telling me won't necessarily get it there. Joe, our office manager, J.O., at SagersvilleIndependent.com will be glad to take care of you. And remember, you can, of course, find all of your News Today programming, the last or latest 3 shows, all of the Sagersville Independent headlines, and more at SagersvilleIndependent.com as well. Funeral services tonight have been announced for 90-year-old Ruth Ellen Tootsie Bailey of Sagersville. Tootsie passed away on today's date at the Paul B. Hall Medical Center. She's preceded in death by her husband, Arthur Bailey. Arrangements are actually still being made and incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, or ConleyTire.net right now and get $200 back on a new set of Goodyears, $100 on new Generals, Coopers, Bridgestones, and Mickey Thompsons, all with the smoothest balancing Snap-on has to offer. And if your ride has a light on, let their state-of-the-art Zeus diagnostic machine figure it out for only $35 at Conley Tire.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Have you been turned down or had a dealership make you feel unwelcome? Well, come on into Hutch. We guarantee you'll be approved, and we can't wait to put you into the truck or car of your choice. Right now, get employee pricing on Jeep Gladiator, Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, Renegade, and Compass. And remember, at Hutch, you're guaranteed to be approved.
Know that life cannot come to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, but we can make sure that you can continue to bank safely and securely by calling either branch of the Sagersville National Bank to schedule any in-lobby services, or by using either of our drive-thrus. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5, and the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Or by taking advantage of our completely free 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, banking by phone, remote deposit, automatic payment services, and more. Sagersville National Bank, always making your banking easier and safer.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and as always, Appalachian Wireless has the most unbelievable sale. Appalachian Wireless has made shopping for the holidays safe and more accommodating to meet the needs of our customers. The one-day sale of years past is now a rest of the year sale. Simply visit one of our 27 retail locations and get what you need through the end of the year, or reserve online to make an appointment for the phone you want, and we'll call you when it's ready. Happy holidays. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Same 6 decades of experience, same undivided dedication and focus on winning your case. New location. The law offices of McFarland and Tinker are now located on Route 114 in the former McGoffin Farm Bureau location. Motor vehicle accidents, Social Security disability, SSI claims, wrongful death and workers' compensation and work injury cases. Call 349-9000. McFarland and Tinker.
Let's begin with our local COVID update for this evening. Let's begin in Floyd County, where our neighbor had 25 new cases of the coronavirus yesterday for a total of 1,460 in Floyd, 184 in the month of December. They have 20 Floyd Countyans in various hospitals, 209 active cases, with several of those still symptomatic for more than 10 days. And they're seeing more cases of COVID-19 pneumonia, as is everyone. Pneumonia with the coronavirus has been a very frequent diagnosis for a lot of folks in all counties. In Johnson County, 14 new cases to report yesterday. I don't have either county numbers for today. That brings their total to 1,067, 2 currently hospitalized. No new deaths in Johnson County, we're glad to report. In McGoffin County, our public health director is reporting another day in the double digits, the third day of our counting week, which starts on Saturday, in the double digits. But there can be some good news brought from this in regards to our average, which is still well below that of what the peak was for a couple of weeks in McGoffin.
We have 10 cases today, positive cases. I think 5 of them are from one family. And the others are just random ones. 1 here and 2, I think, of another family, and then 2 more single people that not related or anything to the churches or gatherings or anything like that. They just seem to have got contacted the virus. So we have 684 total as of today, with 89 isolated and 589 recovered.
And going back to hospitalizations?
I think, I didn't get the exact number on that. I think we had 12 today hospitalized.
I know we're still trying to gather some details on them, an official number of deaths.
Yes, I'm still trying to drag that out sometime. I'll get it. I'll hopefully have that. I said the first this week, and now I'm looking at maybe tomorrow, the first of next week.
But still, with 10 today, even though it's the third day in double digits, it's low double digits, and we're averaging 8.3 instead of nearly 13 in the past several weeks. So still a positive sign.
Yeah, I think if we get a week like, just keep on going like we're doing this week, and then get another week like this, I think we'll either plateaued and starting on the downswing, or starting to maybe get a handle on this thing, and then the vaccine should be out coming pretty soon. And when that starts up, we should really see a decrease in numbers.
And on the topic of the vaccine, you got some new information today, I understand?
Yeah, we'll be getting our vaccine probably around Christmas, and we have, as of now, we've got 90 some first responders. I think we're going to get enough cases to give all those a vaccine when it comes in. We thought we were just going to get about 30 or 40 vaccines, but now it looks like we want to get what we requested, and that was 160.
And that's going to be not in the initial round, which comes out possibly as soon as next Tuesday, but
Yes.
that's in the second or third round. But by Christmas, you think?
Yeah, oh yeah. They definitely said that. What the phone call we had today was, do we want to get it? Do we want it delivered during Christmas? Would it be off for a lot of the holidays, or would they just want to wait till after Christmas and send it to us? So I think with we're getting we're not getting the Pfizer, we're getting the other one, and with it doesn't have to be shipped on dry ice and all that, and it can be stored in a freezer. And then when you take it out, you can store it in just put it in the. After you bring it out of the freezer, when you want to give it, then you just have to put it in the refrigerator to keep it and you got 5 days to use it. So,
Some other numbers also showing a possible plateau here in McGoffin County. We're still seeing a slow but steady drop in our incident rate. Was well into the hundreds, over 150 for what felt like weeks, and I believe was down to 100, down to 90, 80. Now we're in the 70s at 78.7, but we are still very well higher than any of our surrounding county neighbors as of today's map.
In the governor's address today, he confirmed that the first vaccines will likely be distributed on a small scale, some 36,000 or so, in Kentucky, likely next Tuesday. It's also been reported that the second round of Moderna vaccine after the first Pfizer round could take place by the end of next week. And there could be at least one more, maybe as many as 3 more rounds of vaccines to be released before the end of December. Of course, you heard Mayor Pete Shepard just a few moments ago signify or let us know that McGoffin County is set to get those initial ones for their first responders sometime around Christmas. The governor saying that currently they are working on plans to include educators, our teachers and staff, in the next group of those who will be getting the first still limited numbers of the vaccine. Another item of discussion today, still the executive order expiring this Sunday night, which will allow limited capacity in Kentucky's restaurants and bars, theaters, and other places.
While gyms, fitness centers, theaters, professional services able to bring back employees up to 50%, bars and restaurants able to open indoor dining up to 50%, social gathering recommendations were still to keep them down to a 2-household maximum. While the governor then went on to today's data, which was a record number of cases for the state of Kentucky. However, we are still, he says, in the middle of a positive trend. 4,324 new cases today.
And we still believe that's what we're seeing. Even if the cases are so high right now, we want it to immediately decrease. We may also be seeing some of Thanksgiving and the impact in these numbers, that we could be moving in the right way, but still Thanksgiving has a major impact. I could tell you that if we're seeing Thanksgiving's impact, it's a lot less than what we are seeing in some other states. So today we're reporting 4,324 new cases of COVID-19. That brings our total number of cases to 213,450. But for the 7th straight day, our positivity rate is decreasing. It's now 9.13%. And that's what Dr. Stack would call a leading indicator. That shows he believes what we're going to see in the future. And that's a very positive development, one we're going to have to watch closely. Remember, COVID spreads aggressively. So at any time that we let our guard down, certainly things could turn in a different direction. Kentuckians currently in the hospital, 1,756. In the ICU, 442. On a ventilator, 231.
The governor also announcing another 28 Kentuckians who had died in the past 24 hours related to the coronavirus. Going back to the breaking headline at the start of the show, I do not have any additional details to share with you on the murder case out of Johnson County after the altercation between 2 family members led to a fatal gunshot wound in the Little Mud Lick area on Salyer Hill, as we were told by Johnson County Sheriff's Deputy Bill Meade. We do know that an arrest was made at the scene and an individual was charged with a count of murder, but that individual, as of this moment, had not been lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Jail, so I have nothing new to add. We will have a complete update with all the latest information on the case on tomorrow's program. Again, a Johnson County, or a man in Johnson County, a white male is all we know, shot with a gun after an altercation between he and at least one family member. An update tomorrow night.
Next, your Licking Valley RECC Outlook, which has us looking at, pushing close to 70 for your Friday tomorrow. We're right now looking at a 67-degree day, perhaps not as much sunshine as what we saw today, but warmer still nonetheless.
Yes, it was a nice one out there today, and we're calling for another nice one tomorrow. In fact, I have just in my hand the latest update, and it has more sun than clouds tomorrow. We thought it was going to be warm and mostly cloudy. Right now, how about sunny and 67? How does that grab you? And it's a Friday. I'm not trying to insinuate anything or, force anyone's hand to call off for sick into work. I'm just saying it's going to be 67 and sunny on your Friday. That's all I'm saying. 35 degrees tonight, becoming clear, calm winds, and clear skies tomorrow, obviously, and in the upper 60s. Southwesterly winds, maybe 5-6 miles per hour or so. We'll barely hold on to the 60s for the first half of your weekend, but our next setup and system gives us likelihood of showers Saturday, mainly after 10 a.m. Not a great rain maker, maybe a quarter of an inch on the high side, a general estimate for everyone, but nevertheless, 61, some showers and clouds, winds out of the south, sometimes southwest, 6 to 24 miles per hour on your Saturday. Sunday, yeah, that's when we go back to where we've been. 47, mostly cloudy, and Sunday as well, a 10% chance of some showers in the morning and about a 40% chance of maybe some rain mixing over to some snow Sunday night. And there's next week looking at you, the last full week before Christmas. 39, mostly cloudy, a little chance of some AM snow to start us off on Monday, and low 40s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, upper 20s to very low 30s for nighttime lows. Sunny and dry Tuesday, and then some clouds and a slight chance of showers Wednesday. Then the sun returns on your Thursday. But again, 39 to 43 degrees is going to be our range for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Take in tomorrow if you can.
And that's it. Another day down, almost another week down. Hard to imagine. On tomorrow night's program, we will be talking about some good deeds, very selfless good deeds, which have been done and recognized tomorrow. That's all I'm at liberty to say. We'll also have an update on that murder investigation in Johnson County. And I've got a host of other news in addition to your daily COVID updates that we hope to share with you then. Hope to see you then. Good night. Thanks for watching.